Imagine a summer meadow. Butterflies dance between wildflowers, their delicate wings catching the sunlight. Bees hum a busy tune as they collect pollen, their tiny bodies moving from flower to flower, ensuring the cycle of life continues. The air thrums with the symphony of life, a harmonious blend of buzzing, chirping, and fluttering. Now picture that same meadow, eerily silent. The once vibrant scene now feels unsettling. The flowers stand still, unvisited. Their colors seem to fade without the constant attention of their tiny visitors. The air is empty, the music gone, the silence is deafening, a stark contrast to the lively buzz that once filled the space. This is a world without insects, a world where the essential workers of nature have vanished. At first, the silence might seem peaceful, even a relief. No more annoying buzzes or stings, no more buzzing mosquitoes, no more pesky flies. It might feel like a blessing. But this quiet is a deadly prelude to a global catastrophe. The absence of insects signals a deeper, more troubling issue. The disappearance of insects, though seemingly insignificant, would trigger a chain reaction with devastating consequences for all life on Earth, including us. Plants would struggle to reproduce and the food chain would collapse. The initial relief would be short-lived. The landscape would begin to change, becoming barren and lifeless. Humanity would soon face a nightmare far greater than a few insect bites. Our food sources would dwindle and ecosystems would crumble. We rely on these tiny creatures more than we realize, and their absence would unravel the delicate balance of the planet's ecosystems. The intricate web of life is fragile, and insects are its crucial threads. Insects are the unsung heroes of our food system. They play a crucial role in maintaining the balance of our ecosystems and ensuring the availability of the food we eat every day. Bees, butterflies, moths, beetles, and countless others act as nature's messengers, carrying pollen from flower to flower. This intricate dance of pollination is vital for the growth of many plants. This process, known as pollination, is essential for the reproduction of a vast majority of flowering plants, including many of the fruits, vegetables, and grains that we depend on. Without it, our food supply would be in jeopardy. Without insects, our supermarkets would look drastically different. The variety and abundance of produce we take for granted would diminish significantly. Imagine shelves devoid of apples, oranges, strawberries, and almonds. These are just a few examples of the many foods that would become rare or even disappear. Coffee, chocolate, and even cotton would become scarce and expensive luxuries. The impact would ripple through various industries, affecting not just food but also textiles and other products. The impact on agriculture would be catastrophic, leading to food shortages, economic instability, and widespread famine. Farmers would struggle to grow crops, and the agricultural landscape would change dramatically. The vibrant colors and sweet smells of a farmer's market would fade, replaced by a stark reminder of our broken relationship with nature. The loss of biodiversity would be evident in every corner of our lives. The loss of insect pollination would not just impact our diets, it would threaten the very fabric of our food security. Our dependence on these tiny creatures is immense, and their decline would have far-reaching consequences. The food chain, a complex web of interconnected life, relies heavily on insects. Birds, reptiles, amphibians, and even some mammals depend on them as a primary food source. Take away this crucial link, and the entire system starts to crumble. Insect-eating birds would find their food supply depleted, leading to population decline and even extinction. Amphibians and reptiles, already facing habitat loss and other threats, would face further pressure. The ripple effect would travel up the food chain, impacting larger predators and ultimately disrupting the delicate balance of entire ecosystems. The intricate web of life, woven over millennia, would begin to unravel, leaving behind a tapestry riddled with holes, each gap a testament to the vital role insects play in maintaining the planet's biodiversity. Insects might be small, but they play a crucial role in breaking down organic matter. From fallen leaves and dead wood to animal carcasses, these tiny creatures act as nature's recyclers, returning essential nutrients to the ecosystem. Imagine a world where this process grinds to a halt. Dead trees would pile up in forests, preventing new growth. Animal carcasses would decompose slowly, polluting water sources and spreading disease. The air would become thick with the stench of decay, a constant reminder of the vital service insects provide. The absence of these decomposers would lead to a buildup of organic waste, choking the environment and creating breeding grounds for harmful bacteria and disease-carrying pests. The planet would slowly suffocate under a blanket of its own waste. Underfoot, the earth suffocates, the silent crisis in the soil. Beneath our feet lies a hidden world teeming with life, and insects are essential to its health. Their burrowing activities aerate the soil, allowing water and nutrients to penetrate deeper. They help decompose organic matter, enriching the soil and supporting plant growth. Without insects, the soil would become compacted and depleted of vital nutrients. Farmlands would become less productive, requiring increasing amounts of chemical fertilizers that further damage the environment. Forests would struggle to regenerate, leading to a decline in biodiversity and overall ecosystem health. The very ground beneath our feet, the foundation of our agricultural systems and natural ecosystems, would slowly degrade, becoming barren and lifeless, mirroring the fate of a world devoid of these tiny yet crucial creatures. Beyond the dinner plate, the hidden gifts of insects. The impact of losing insects extends far beyond our dinner plates. These tiny creatures play a crucial role in maintaining the balance of our ecosystems. Without them, many plants would fail to reproduce, leading to a cascade of negative effects on the entire food chain. These remarkable creatures provide us with valuable products that we often take for granted. From the honey that sweetens our tea to the silk that graces our clothing, insects are behind many of the luxuries we enjoy. Silk, honey, beeswax, and shellac are just a few examples of the vital resources derived from insects. Each of these products has a unique story and a significant impact on our daily lives. Shellac, for instance, is a resin secreted by the lac insect. It is used in various applications, from food glazes to wood finishes, showcasing the versatility of insect-derived materials. Silkworms provide us with the luxurious fabric that has adorned royalty for centuries. The process of silk production is intricate and labor-intensive, yet the result is a material that is both beautiful and durable. Bees, through their tireless work, produce honey, a natural sweetener and source of medicinal compounds. Honey has been used for its healing properties for thousands of years, making it a staple in traditional medicine. Shellac, a resin secreted by the lac insect, is used in various applications, from food glazes to wood finishes. Its versatility and natural origin make it a valuable resource in many industries. The loss of these insect-derived products would have economic and cultural ramifications, affecting industries and traditions that have relied on them for centuries. This reminds us that the value of insects goes far beyond their role in supporting our food systems. They are essential to our economy, culture, and heritage. They are intricately woven into the fabric of our history, traditions, and way of life. From ancient times to the present day, insects have been indispensable allies in our journey through civilization. Before we wrap up, here are some fun facts about what if all insects disappeared, the shocking truth. At number 1, forests would become fire traps. Insects are nature's recyclers, breaking down dead leaves and fallen trees. Without them, dry plant material would pile up like a ticking time bomb. Wildfires would ignite more easily, burn hotter, and spread further, devastating entire ecosystems and making fire seasons longer and deadlier. Fact number 2, algae would take over our waterways. Have you ever seen a pond covered in thick green slime? That's algae, and it's kept in check by aquatic insects like dragonfly larvae and water beetles. Without these insects feeding on it, algae would grow uncontrollably, suffocating fish, blocking sunlight, and turning rivers and lakes into toxic swamps. At number 3, disease outbreaks would surge. Insects may seem annoying, but they're actually frontline workers in disease prevention. Carrion beetles, maggots, and ants quickly dispose of rotting animals before harmful bacteria spread. Without them, decaying corpses would linger, attracting rats, and leading to a massive spike in deadly diseases. Fact number 4, your morning coffee would disappear. You might already know that bees pollinate coffee plants, but did you know that certain beetles help control coffee-destroying pests? Without these natural pest controllers, coffee farms would be wiped out by infestations, making your morning cup a thing of the past. At number 5, oxygen levels on Earth would decline. Rainforests produce a huge portion of the world's oxygen, and insects play a key role in keeping them alive. They help aerate soil, decompose organic matter, and disperse seeds. Without insects, many forests would start dying off, leading to lower oxygen levels over time. Fact number 6. Jellyfish would take over the oceans. Fish populations rely on insects as a major food source. Without insects feeding young fish, their numbers would plummet. And when fish populations drop, jellyfish thrive. Massive jellyfish blooms could clog up fishing nets, overrun coastlines, and throw entire marine ecosystems into chaos. At number 7, spiders would starve, and that's bad news for us. Think a world without insects means fewer creepy crawlies? Think again. Spiders, which rely on insects for food, would struggle to survive, and without them, we'd lose a crucial predator that keeps disease-spreading pests like cockroaches and rodents under control. Fact number 8. Global food trade would collapse. From apples to almonds, many of the crops we depend on are pollinated by insects. Without them, food shortages would ripple across the globe, disrupting economies, increasing prices, and making fresh produce an expensive luxury. At number 9, chocolate would go extinct. Chocolate lovers, brace yourselves. Cacao trees, the source of all chocolate, are pollinated by tiny flies called midges. Without them, cacao farms would collapse and there would be no natural way to grow chocolate. Artificial pollination? Too expensive. Alternative crops? None exist. The world would be left with only memories of chocolate. Fact number 10. Plants would mutate in strange and unpredictable ways. Millions of plants have evolved to depend on insect pollination. Without insects, some plants would go extinct, while others might undergo bizarre mutations, developing bigger flowers, changing colors, or even trying to self-pollinate to survive. Over time, entire landscapes would look completely different. At number 11, the world would smell absolutely horrible. Insects are nature's garbage disposal. They break down dead animals, rotting food, and even feces. Without them, decomposition would slow to a crawl, leaving behind piles of waste that would make cities and countryside alike reek with an unbearable stench. Fact number 12. Fishing industry would collapse. Most people don't realize that fish don't just eat other fish. Young fish rely on aquatic insects as a primary food source. Without them, fish populations would shrink drastically, leaving fishing industries bankrupt and coastal communities struggling to survive. At number 13, ancient pests would make a comeback. Insects keep rodents and other scavengers in check by outcompeting them for food. Without insects, rat populations could explode, bringing back infestations on a scale we haven't seen in centuries. That means more food contamination, more diseases, and a battle against unstoppable pests. Fact number 14. Vanilla ice cream would become a luxury. Vanilla, one of the world's most beloved flavors, comes from orchids that rely on a single species of bee for pollination. Without those bees, natural vanilla production would collapse, making real vanilla ice cream a rare and ridiculously expensive treat. At number 15, humans would struggle to replace what insects do for free. Technology has given us incredible innovations, but one thing it can't do is fully replace insects. Artificial pollination is too slow and expensive, and pest control without insects would mean a drastic increase in chemical pesticides, which could harm ecosystems even more. Insects are irreplaceable, and without them, we'd be facing problems that no amount of human ingenuity could easily fix. A world on the brink, the real cost of silence. The disappearance of insects would paint a grim picture of our planet's future. Food shortages, economic collapse, and ecological devastation would become the new norm. The vibrant tapestry of life would fade, leaving behind a silent, barren world. We are already witnessing a decline in insect populations globally. Habitat loss, pesticide use, climate change, and disease are all taking a toll on these vital creatures. The consequences of inaction are dire, and the time to act is now. The disappearance of insects is not just an environmental issue, it's a human issue. Our health, well-being, and ultimately, our survival are inextricably linked to the fate of these tiny creatures. A time to act, our shared responsibility. We have the power to reverse this alarming trend and ensure the survival of insects, and in turn, our own. It requires a collective effort, a shift in our mindset from viewing insects as pests to recognizing them as essential partners in maintaining a healthy planet. We can all make a difference. Supporting sustainable agriculture, reducing pesticide use, creating insect-friendly gardens, and educating others about the importance of insects are just a few steps in the right direction. Every action, no matter how small, can contribute to restoring the balance. It's time to rewrite our relationship with insects, to shift from a narrative of fear and aversion to one of respect, appreciation, and active conservation. Restoring the buzz of vision for a thriving future. Imagine a future where the buzz of insects is no longer a rarity, but a symphony that fills the air. Meadows burst with wildflowers, pollinated by a diversity of insects. Birds sing, their bellies full of caterpillars and beetles. The soil teems with life, supporting healthy forests and abundant harvests. This is the future we must strive for, a future where humans and insects coexist in a mutually beneficial relationship. It's a future where the silence is replaced by the sweet music of life, a testament to our commitment to protecting the small creatures that make our world so vibrant and alive. Let's work together to make this vision a reality. Let's restore the buzz for the sake of our planet and for generations to come.